Stop caring what others think. Speak English freely. It happened in a small coffee shop on a quiet morning. A man ordered a drink, but instead of saying latte, he said late. The whole line turned their heads. For a second, silence filled the air. Then he smiled. He laughed it off. He said, "Well, I guess I really am late today." And everyone chuckled. He didn't hide. He didn't run. He owned the moment. Have you ever made a mistake like that and felt your face turn red? Have you ever wished you could disappear right after saying the wrong word in English? I used to feel that way all the time. Welcome to Learn English Listening. I'm Lydia. Every week, I share stories that help you not only learn English, but also feel good while speaking it. Tell me, which city are you joining us from, and what hour is it there? When I was learning English, I thought every mistake was a small disaster. I thought people were judging me, counting every wrong word. But one day, I realized something strange. Nobody remembered my mistakes. They were too busy living their own lives. That realization changed everything. Today, we will unlock one of the most freeing lessons you could ever learn. It's not about grammar or pronunciation. It's about the quiet power of not caring too much. When you stop worrying about what others think, you start speaking with your real voice. You sound confident. You sound alive. So take a deep breath. Sit back. Let me share with you the mindset that can turn embarrassment into confidence. By the end of this story, you will not only understand English phrases better, you will understand yourself better. When I first moved to England, I barely spoke in class. My accent was heavy. My sentences broke in the middle. Every time I opened my mouth, I could feel my heart racing. I was sure people were laughing inside. One morning, our teacher asked me to read aloud. I mispronounced the word three. I said tree. The whole class laughed. I laughed too, but later that night, I cried in my dorm. For 1 week, I didn't say a word in English. I thought silence was safer than shame. But silence never helped me grow. We all carry the same fear. We think the world is watching us, judging every move. Psychologists call it the spotlight effect. It means we believe others notice us more than they really do, but they don't. Think about it. When was the last time you went home and spent hours thinking about a stranger who tripped on the street? Never. So why would anyone spend time thinking about your mistake? Have you ever stayed quiet in English class because you were afraid of making a mistake? That fear is heavy. It steals your chance to practice. It steals your joy. Here is what I learned. Confidence doesn't mean you never make mistakes. It means you don't let them define you. It means you walk through them. Next time you say something wrong, don't rush to hide. Smile. Correct it. Keep going. When you stop caring, you begin learning faster. We think judgment is everywhere, but it mostly lives inside our own heads. When I finally understood that, the fear started to fade. The next time I spoke in class, I mispronounced another word, but I kept talking. And you know what happened? The world didn't end. The teacher smiled. My friends smiled. It was just another day. There's a secret I call the potato mode. It started as a joke. One day, I imagined I was a potato. Potatoes don't care who's watching. They don't care what people think about their rough skin. They just exist. They grow. They live. Imagine yourself like that. You say a wrong word, you drop your phone, you make a mess. So what? You laugh it off. That's your potato mode. Let's learn 3 phrases that can help you live this mindset in English. The first phrase is laugh it off. It means to treat a mistake lightly. When you laugh it off, You tell your mind that it's not a big deal. The second phrase is no big deal. This phrase tells others that something is not important or serious. For example, I said the wrong word. No big deal. The third phrase is own it. To own it means to accept something confidently instead of hiding it. When you own your accent, your words sound stronger. These phrases are not just for speaking English, they are for living freely. You see, when someone laughs at your mistake, they forget it in seconds. But when you laugh it off, you change the energy of the moment. Instead of shame, you bring confidence. Instead of fear, you show grace. Try this. The next time you say something wrong, take a breath and say softly, "Well, I guess I just created a new word." Then smile. That simple act turns tension into connection. Every time you do this, your mind grows stronger. Caring less doesn't make you cold, it makes you calm. And when you speak from calmness, people listen more closely. You don't have to be perfect to be powerful. You just have to be present. There was one day I will never forget. I had to give a short presentation in class. I felt my hands shaking. My mind told me to run away, but I remembered my new rule: potato mode. I smiled, took a breath, and began to speak. Halfway through, I said the word comfort the wrong way. A few people chuckled. For a second, my old fear came back. But then, I imagined I was on an airplane. I call this the airplane zone. When a plane takes off, it doesn't look to the left or to the right. It only looks forward. That is what confidence feels like. You don't look for approval. You just keep rising. I kept speaking slower this time, and I finished my talk. When I looked up, my teacher was clapping. My classmates followed. It wasn't because my English was perfect. It was because I stayed calm. People respect calmness more than perfection. What about you? What small habit would you like to change this month to care less and grow more? Maybe it's worrying less about how your voice sounds. Maybe it's speaking up once a day. Let me teach you 2 more phrases that match this mindset. Keep your head up. This means stay confident even when things go wrong. Move on. It means to continue forward without holding on to mistakes. So when something goes wrong, tell yourself, keep your head up, move on. Simple words. Powerful rhythm. From that day, I learned that confidence is not a feeling that comes later. It's a decision you make right now. When you stop chasing perfection, you start becoming real. And when you are real, people listen. The less you care about being perfect, the more you connect with others. That is the quiet secret of the airplane zone. After that day, something inside me changed. I no longer studied English as a test to pass. I lived with it as a language to express who I was. When you stop caring so much, the world becomes lighter. You laugh more. You learn more. You notice beauty in small things. A conversation with a stranger, a kind word, a shared smile. I often say this to my students. The moment you relax, your English improves. It's true. When your mind stops trying to protect you, it starts to help you. I used to think confidence came from practice alone. Now I know it grows from acceptance. When you accept yourself, every mistake becomes a lesson, not a wound. I think of it like a bird flying after the storm. Its wings are not broken. They were just tired from fighting the wind. Once the storm passes, the bird doesn't look back. It flies higher. You can be that bird. Every time you speak, even if you stumble, you are learning. You are growing. You are proving to yourself that courage matters more than perfection. The more you practice this mindset, the calmer your voice will sound. You will no longer chase words. Words will find you. So today, remember this. Nobody remembers your mistakes for long. People are too busy thinking about their own lives. When you accept this truth, you are free. You do not need to be perfect to speak English beautifully. You just need to be brave enough to speak. At this moment, you stand between fear and freedom. Which one will you choose when you speak next time? If this story touched you, share it with someone who's afraid to speak. Tell them confidence is not born from silence. It grows from trying again. And if this video gave you something meaningful, subscribe to Learn English Listening. Every week, I'll share stories that help you grow in language and in life. Before you go, I'd love to know, what's one English mistake you made that you can laugh about now? Your story might help someone else find their voice. So keep your head up, move on, and speak again tomorrow.